Let's take a look at this video from Rev. I like his video. They're always really interesting to watch, and of course I don't watch all of his videos, but whenever he talks about gaming, I tend to watch. I will say most of it. And this time he's talking about the whole Intergalactic, the newest title from the newest IP from Naughty Dog, and I guess for those that watch the Game Award with me, can probably tell I wasn't that excited or hyped about the game. And I guess there are a couple of really main. There are a few main things that kind of pushed me away from the game initially when I first saw it. One is the obvious brand placement, and it's really funny. It's almost on purpose, where they give extra like specific shots to Porsche, to Sony, and to Adidas. Okay, and I'll say, to be fair, Sony is kind of obvious because it's Naughty Dog and Sony, so it's pretty obvious for that one. But it's kind of pretty. No matter what, it still feels really in your face. And Adidas is really fast. It's just glimpsed. But the Porsche, oh my god, they give 2 shots for Porsche, and then I couldn't help it when I saw it. I just kind of rolled my eyes on it. And the second thing is, it's got to be the protagonist. It wasn't. It's she just got. I just don't like the way she looked and the way and her personality, how she acted. And I think the one scene that really felt repulsive to me was when she was sucking on her drink. When she was sucking on her drink, the smug face on her, and when someone was telling her to be careful. That kind of face just reminds me so much of some people that I worked with before, and just, oh my god, it just infuriates me in a way. And oh my god, I don't even know. It just wasn't appealing at all. And of course, the bald haircut, it wasn't really my thing as well. And after that, I saw some comments, and people are comparing her to, because of her arrogance, her egotistic kind of a personality. People compare to you don't like her, then how come people like Rick and Morty? And the thing, like compared to Rick from Rick and Morty, the thing is, Rick and Morty, it's more of a comedy, right? They don't take themselves seriously. It's also a very exaggerated view of Rick, and also the best part is that there's someone there to balance Rick out. That's why you need Morty. Just Rick himself, it's not supposed to be likable. He's not a good person, and I don't think that's a really fair comparison. If Rick and Morty, the show, take themselves like seriously in a setting like this, then I don't think people are gonna like Rick that much either way. So that's why I don't think it's a very fair comparison. But I think more info will be coming out in 2025. So yes, we'll just have to see. And let's take a look at what Rev have to say about this whole thing about the woke intergalactic star attacks gamer in a deleted post. And oh boy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So it's no secret at this point, the year 2024 has been one where a lot of woke media has failed. Now,
okay, actually, let's take a look at all of these. I heard a lot about Dustborn. Honestly, at one point, I actually really want to play it. Honestly, it was just purely out of curiosity. I saw so many screenshots, so many things. I was going to do like, I play Dustborn so you don't have to. But at that point, I was just thinking, why do I want to torture myself for this? It was, I would say, the art for that game, it looks beautiful. Honestly, it's a very comic shading. But oh my god, it just felt painful. I saw, okay, I did see people from, I believe it was from Face Connect, that actually streamed it, and oh my god, it was painful to even watch. But people can make it entertaining, so that's good for them. But the game itself, I didn't feel like it was worth my time. And speaking of Outlaws, I don't think the devs from Outlaws did say that they fixed a lot of the issues, but I don't think they're gonna gain back the reputation they already lost from the beginning. And the gameplay itself is very lackluster and very boring, and the AI has a lot of issues. Acolytes. In terms of acolytes, I only remember the power of 2. The whole the power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many. That's that's the only thing I remember, and I think that pretty much cemented the entire thing. And I think they also broke a lot of continuity, and at least it just so many. I would say, and you just so many convenience within the story that wasn't good. Veilguard. Okay, I'll tell you something like a funny story about Veilguard. Veilguard. One of my friend was tricked into buying Veilguard, and how did she got tricked was because another friend of ours and said that, oh yeah, Veilguard was great. The game was great after 6 hours or in Act 2, and then at first she was very basically very against buying it because she loved the previous game. She loved Dragon Inquisition. She loved Solus. She made fan art of Solus, but then she heard that, okay, so the game probably gonna get good after 6 hours. Maybe she can actually take it. But once she played it after 6 hours, it did not get good. It did not get good one bit. I think right now she still struggles a bit, like here and there, trying to get through the entire game, but I don't think she's gonna do it. Other than that, Zao, I heard a little bit about it, not too much. Doctor Who, I wonder if this is the female Doctor Who. I don't know much about Doctor Who. I was never interested in Doctor Who. Concord completely failed, and the statement that hero shooters are a niche market or a saturated market, or the market is like there is a lot of players, and with the now the very successful Marvel Rivals, they are actually able to retain a good number of players, which shows that completely against what the statement Concord, I would say the devs or the CEO was saying. Which just shows that the game is just not good. The game is just bad. The game just doesn't attract. It doesn't attract the audience what people are looking for.
One thing a lot of these projects on the screen have in common is that someone at their studio got caught making disparaging social media posts about potential customers. It appears that Naughty Dog's Intergalactic is continuing that trend because the actress behind the controversy.
I guess this is more about the actress making stupid posts, and that kind of remind me of Snow White. If anyone remembers Snow White, I forgot who the actress was for Snow White, and she said something about it's not about Prince Charming and something. I think she said something about, again, like pretty much she talked negative about the original Snow White, and that got a lot of backlash, and I don't think it's gonna do well. I'm not sure if the movie even released yet, but I only heard that there were constant remakes and constant everything.
Controversial main protagonist Jordan has made some social media posts disparaging potential customers and also embracing wokeism. Yes, another absolute disaster. Now, before we get into that dumpster fire, I'm going to take a minute of time to share some very good news.
I'll be honest,
with you
I don't
guys.
even know what wokeism
Just
is
in
anymore.
time for Christmas,
at this point,
the Rev gift shop has opened with a new Rev and Straub limited edition Christmas collection featuring many new items at Advanced GG. Now, there's a lot going on here, a lot centering around this new artwork featuring our two VTuber models right here.
I mean, it's cute.
Very beautiful, comfy stuff right here. You can get this wall art if you please. But on top of that, if you're looking at these pants saying nice drip Rev, where can I get that? Well, of course, you can get that as well. You can order these.
Maybe one day I'll get my own merch. Who knows?
Pants right here,
unlikely.
Models on the pants here.
A lot of times I just want to talk about games,
and of course, also Advanced GG is most known for their flavor
talk
jars.
About stuff.
And this
play
new
games.
drop here includes one of those, of course, a Rev and Straub peppermint vanilla flavor right here. As always, absolutely delicious.
But the thing is, I will say this: so wokeness is not an issue as long as the game is a good game. There's a lot of quote unquote woke game, but as long as the gameplay is good, I don't think people really cares about it. At least gamers not care as well.
With a half-gallon jug featuring more artwork
because the thing
of
is,
my character right here. I mean, look at this.
I mean, the thing is, you want to talk about politics or talk about like social issues and social issues in the game. There are plenty of older games that actually talks about that kind of stuff. But the thing is that it was integrated so well into the gameplay, and the gameplay comes first before politics or before any messages. Then I don't think player really cares about it that much. And there's just another thing, right? Um, I think there's someone said this before. Older games or Japanese devs make games make you think of make you okay. Let me let me rephrase that. I think Western devs tell you what to think, and the Eastern devs let you think about something. I think that's the difference.
It just exudes Giga Chat energy, whether you're using it at the gym, at school, at work. It's just a very good way to keep your drink cool all day. And yes, there's a lot going on here, and I'll put a link to this new collection in the pinned comment, and make sure to use code REV at checkout to save
Yeah, go support
10%
Rev. I
on your
think
total
he really
advance
makes good
GP
videos,
order.
especially the amount of
So now
videos
let's
he
get
pumped
back
out
to
every
the
day.
actual
That's
content
crazy.
for today. So it's been no secret here that the trailer for Intergalactic has been a huge failure for Naughty Dog. The trailer having 96,000 likes and around 246,000 dislikes. Now, there's a lot of shortcomings with this trailer, but one of the biggest points of contention is that people don't like the design and some of the choices surrounding the main protagonist.
Yeah, I think design is an issue for sure, and for sure I don't really like the hyper realistic look of any video games. And to me, I think art style is much more important than the graphic qualities. And having a good distinctive style can basically last you a longer time than having realistic qualities. That's what I like to say, because there are a lot of there's a lot of like good style in video games. For example, right now Marvel Rival, why Marvel Rival is so successful right now, because the art style is amazing. They make comic book characters really look like comic book characters. The shading they use, the color they use, and the look they use is almost, it's just almost something that jump out of the comic book pages, which is amazing. And that's why people are gravitating towards it. And that's a very good first impression. And plus the gameplay was good. That's why they are able to retain the right now probably around 300k players concurrently. And I don't think any other hero shooters that comes after Overwatch that's able to do things like that.
Jordan. A lot of people feeling like this is not a very appealing design and one that is not suited to the type of gamer who might be interested in a genre of game like Intergalactic. Now, while all this is happening,
Oh, there it is. See,
behind
is that picture? Is that the way she sucked on straw while listening to someone was actually giving her very good advice? Actually, it just remind me of people that I worked with before, and kind of remind me a bit of myself that I did not like. And it's like I'm thinking, I thought I know better than anyone else. That kind of way of thinking, which is not good.
this character, and then the person that this character is based on, Tati Gabrielle, has spoken out and saying that she's very grateful and excited for the opportunity to work on this game, and with the video game god himself, Neil Druckmann, and the whole Naughty Dog team. Thank you, Neil, for seeing me and trusting me with this new baby of yours. I promise to make you proud, dude. Well, unfortunately,
Neil
I don't
Druckmann's
think Druckmann's going to be very proud with headlines like
because
this.
The thing is, like Neil Druckmann, before Neil Druckmann, there's another writer that basically responsible for some of the golden ages for Naughty Dog. I think her name was Amy. Oh my god, I don't remember her last name, but she was an incredible writer for Naughty Dogs. I don't remember when did she lose her. Maybe it was after. Maybe after The Last of Us 1, I think. I don't remember.
Intergalactic, the heretic prophet actress Tati Gabrielle attacks gamers, ignites further controversy.
I just don't get why.
Alienating your
I don't get
customer
why.
base over stupid social media posts. Who would have seen this coming? Now, you can't downplay how significant stuff like this is.
Don't have a PR team
Yesterday
for this?
we talked about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and how there was many different factors
okay,
that
I should watch that video
limited
too.
the sales
Maybe
of
on my own
that
time.
game. But one of the things that did a part of it was the fact that there was this one sentence, a 5-second clip of a senior narrative.
I actually heard that game was really good. It just really slow pace. I heard it had a good story, but it's basically a puzzle solver at a really slow pace. So you have to kind of spend a few hours to get into it before it gets to the good part. I heard it was a good game, so I was gonna play it, but the price kind of pushed me away from it.
designer saying this game will appeal to modern audiences. And a lot of people dropped any interest they had for that game the second they heard this clip. And that was just a narrative designer. Now we have a situation where the actress behind an already controversial main protagonist is making disparaging remarks.
It's always modern audience and not core audience, which is a weird choice.
About gamers. This is even more serious than what we talked about yesterday. So to address something right off the bat, this actress behind the character is definitely someone who is an activist. Here's some of her comments about gender ideology.
And then as far as with non-binary and transgender, I hope that we just start seeing that the future is here whether we like it or not. We need to not just accept it, but embrace it. Embracing something and seeing not only the beauty of it in it, but the way that it contributes to the world and contributes into the way that anybody of any gender, race, creed, color can form their identity and can walk through the world with pride and their chin up high, like I think is so important for the generation coming behind us.
So there's that, and also if you go to her Instagram account with a...
I feel like it always sounds so good, how accepting they are until people disagree with them. And I don't know, I just don't like the forceful nature of it, I just don't like the forceful nature of it.
A very large following. She also has Black
and game's
Lives
supposed to be
Matter
fun,
in her
right?
bio. So by pretty much any definition, people would consider her woke, and that's already a concern for a lot of gamers when someone like this is involved with a game. However, the concern
Vintage
becomes
gangster
very real
and hippie sailor.
based on a recent Instagram story that she made where she has gone after gamers. Now, for context behind that post, she was including this artwork. So we talked about this about a week ago. This artwork got clowned on by a lot of people for attacking what is supposedly only male gamers who were upset with the masculine design of Jordan from Intergalactic.
Okay, I will say, in terms of Siri, when I first saw the trailer for The Witcher 4, I couldn't recognize her until I saw the scar on her face. If people can confirm it, that would be great. I think they changed her face model and the voice actress because I couldn't even hear her voice from Witcher 3. I feel it just sounds really different. I get that she's a lot older, so that's why it took me like a good minute until I recognized it is Siri. I guess in terms of The Witcher 4, I'm actually more curious about how did she become a Witcher and why did she become a Witcher, and does she still have her powers, the teleportation powers from The Witcher 3? I think comparing Witcher to Intergalactic, I think people are more curious about The Witcher 4. And it really depending on whether they will break canon or not. I did see a video where people, okay, I think there's one YouTuber that's it's more understanding, have a more in-depth understanding of the Witcher universe, was able to say that there is a possibility that Ciri can be a Witcher, but really depending on why did she choose to become a Witcher, and if the how she became a Witcher is a good explanation by CD Projekt Red. So I guess we just have to wait on that one.
Now you can see this very organic post getting 100,000 likes despite pretty much every interaction.
But okay, but the thing is, having Ciri as a protagonist, it doesn't.
The only way you'll find some of that
it's
negative
not
response is
really
to go
out
to
of
the
this
hidden
realm
replies,
since
where the
Geralt's
original
story
poster
ended in
hid
Witcher 3.
literally manually hid literally hundreds of negative responses to this post. And this has been clowned on by many people.
I don't think I don't really like this taunting nature, like of either people support it or against it. Like everyone try to taunt the other side, which is I don't know.
Across YouTube, across social media, and also again, it's just a very disparaging message, and one that's not directly connected to Naughty Dog in any sort of a way. However, in her infinite wisdom, Tati decided to repost that artwork
of
with
course.
the caption, "You mad bro."
Of course.
So basically, they're co-signing this
what happened to the PR teams?
message from this art and making it an official tie to the Naughty Dog studio and Intergalactic as a result. So right off the bat, an incredible cell phone, by the way, posting this art.
So basically, the in-game character is arrogant. The actual actress who plays the character is also pretty arrogant.
Where they quite literally made this character more feminine looking to mock the people who are criticizing it for being too masculine. But anyways, the message is that basically a very large majority of gamers are not welcome here. And we've seen that play out many times before, and it's not going to play out well for Intergalactic.
Okay, I also want to say that the trailer looks very plain. Right? Besides the 90s anime that's playing from initially, there isn't much of a color. There isn't much like popping like the 80s cyberpunk kind of a style into it. It just doesn't pop. It just doesn't feel like it's popping.
And right off the bat, answering the question, you mad, bro? No, I'm not mad. I'm just not going to play your game because you've made it very clear that me and, at the very minimum, all of men are not the target audience of this game, and we should spend our money elsewhere.
But you know what? I'll play it. I'll play it so you don't have to play it. I'll spend my money so you don't have to spend your money. I think that's a pretty good deal, right?
On top of that, it seems like with the message, you're embracing DEI and wokeness, while also dismissing your critics as incels and making fun of fragile masculinity. And again, this whole tactic of dismissing people as incels, all for what? Having a preference on how they want the characters of video games to look like before they purchase it. Very strange. And also it's weird because they drag in the Witcher 4 drama by posting this, which obviously has nothing to do with Intergalactic, but that's just
I don't really get
side effect here. And also to clarify, this post has now been deleted. However, I'm not sure if it was manually deleted or deleted automatically because Instagram stories are deleted automatically after 24 hours. So I'm just pointing that out there. But the other criticism, of course, is that, well, it's not just men who don't like these sorts of designs or would rather have a more appealing design than what we're being given. It's completely dismissive of any women who might be critical of the design, and I think that's pretty offensive. It's kind of like male feminist type energy right there.
Honestly, I really think that girls like to play hot girls, right? I have friends that's in the that works in the art industry that likes, you know, beautiful things. I don't really get this, the whole like uglifying characters to appeal for audience when the majority of audience doesn't really like that. I never understood that point.
They're speaking on behalf of women. I am sure there are plenty of women who prefer a design like that of Jordan, but I also think there's a lot of women who would rather have a more feminine or just traditionally appealing design like something from Eve from Stellar Blade. I think that's very fair to say, and the market has really proven that time and time again. However, that previous post and this actress here are saying that's not even a possibility. It's all these incel men who are upset. Just a very, very ill-advised post. And of course, she also mentioned Neil Druckmann earlier. And as you can see, he's someone with a very large presence on somewhere like Twitter, but he has, of course, jumped ship and gone to Blue Sky for many of his posts. Now, one thing that has been true is that people have criticized Neil Druckmann for being very pretentious. And I think the summary of Intergalactic is proving just that, where he says this.
Okay, I would say this though, compared to Eve. Yes, Eve, very sexy, very beautiful, very beautiful. But honestly, I don't know why I like Jill for Final Fantasy 16 better. I don't know. I think Jill just give off a more elegance into it, like the way she moves, the way she talks. It's just very elegant. I like that more.
The story is,
but of course, nothing against Eve. She's very beautiful. Beautiful.
Quite ambitious, as it centers on a fictitious religion and what happens when you put your faith in different institutions. Ah, yes, the very stunning and brave plot here, right? It's gonna be a little plot twist where, let me guess, the religion is bad and the Reddit atheist is good. Is that the kind of approach we're gonna have here that people have been doing forever? Basically, when they want an edgy plot here. But of course, like I said, Neil Druckmann has retreated to Blue Sky, throwing away hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter to hide on the echo chamber that is Blue Sky for 1.6k followers, where he made this post a few days ago saying, "You think you know."
Okay, I will say this. So I used to call it Blue Ski. I don't know why. I don't know why I call it Blue Ski, but.
No, but you have no idea. Obviously referring to the criticism of Intergalactic. Naughty Dog's 5th franchise is our wildest adventure. We cannot wait to show you more. And yeah, some of the messages here from previous franchises saying it's about love. You know what? I don't think a lot of gamers are feeling very loved right now with the comments that your actress made about basically the majority of gamers, disparaging them, mocking them, antagonizing them, all for nothing. They don't feel very loved in this case.
I think the middle two are both Uncharted.
Here about Intergalactic, it says
Jack and
it's all about
Jack and
faith.
Dexter.
Well, it is all about faith. It's true. I don't think anyone has faith in this product. I don't think anyone has faith in Intergalactic.
How much does Neil Druckmann work on Jack and Dexter?
Actress. I don't think anyone has faith in Naughty Dog because of what we've seen. They basically did the worst PR stunt they could have possibly done and have the actress behind the already controversial choice of main protagonist come out and disparage gamers, attack them, and do everything in the playbook of woke, failed products that we've seen happen over and over again, especially in 2024. It seems like 2025.
I really think that Naughty Dogs in the past couple of years, it's just been pumping out rework and remaster of The Last of Us. That's what I think. And The Last of Us 2 wasn't even that old, and they already had I believe a PS5 remaster. And now, of course, I mean for a PC release, of course, but I think I think after the release in 4 years, I believe it's last year or this year, there was a Last of Us 2 PS4 remaster or PS5 remaster, and then there's also the sort of HD remaster and a bunch of The Last of Us 1 remaster, rework, release, some HD remaster PC. I don't even know anymore. I feel like Skyrim.
Going to be a repeat of everything that's happened this year, and that's just a shame because it appears that the people in the industry have learned literally nothing. They've watched all of these major AAA titles flop, and for very similar reasons, and they just don't learn anything. They can't stay off of social media. They can't stop attacking gamers. They can't stop virtue signaling. It just keeps happening over and over again, and somehow, some way, it's got to give at some point. And maybe they'll learn their lesson before their doors are shut down forever. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Hey, what's up, guys?
Oops. Okay. I mean, yeah, go support Rev. He makes good videos, make really fun videos. And I don't know. We'll just have to see in 2025. And once Naughty Dog start to release more, I would say more gameplay videos about the game, because right now nobody knows what the game is even about. It's gonna be like No Man's Sky. It's gonna be Outer World. It's gonna be some other type of gameplay. All we know from the trailer, the last scene was she was using some sort of plasma sword against a robotic enemy, and that's it. So we just have to see what it's about. But whether you're going to like it or not, I think I'm gonna play it. So I'll play it, so you don't have to. Unless, okay, you know what? Maybe we just have to see. We just have to see what's going on in the end. All right.